The 10 Best Game of Thrones Books. George R.R. Martin was already an established science fiction and fantasy author when he published Game of Thrones in 1996, the first volume in his epic fantasy series, A Song of Ice and Fire. It wasn't until HBO debuted, the TV show named after the first book, though, that it became a global phenomenon. As iconic as J.R.R. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings trilogy had been for an earlier generation, the list starts from the official coloring book. The official coloring book, around $10, lets adults put their own chromatic spin on the detailed world and characters as described in the novels, not as depicted on the show. Think the dragons are the wrong reptilian hue? Get out your crayons and pencils. Artwork is well crafted. Thick paper does not bleed through, but omits most major characters. Check out link in description to buy this product from Amazon. 9th one is Inside Seasons 1 and 2. The backstage workings of the show's early seasons are chronicled by author Brian Cogman in Inside Seasons 1 and 2. APPX $10. This book includes photos, storyboards and interviews with the cast, and the various storylines are explained to help fans keep track. Lavishly produced for the price. Author is on the show's staff, but cover is easily damaged. You shouldn't miss this product's review. A Feast of Ice and Fire. Do you want to know what medieval cuisine tasted like? A Feast of Ice and Fire. APPX $23. Is a cookbook with recipes for many of the meals depicted in the show and described in the books. From the stuffed grape leaves of Dornay to the almond-crusted trout of King's Landing. Good intro to regional cuisines. Recipes get high ratings from cooks, but some ingredients are hard to find. Well, here is the 7th one. The World of Ice and Fire. Elio Garcia and Linda Antonsen, moderators of the Westeros.org website, teamed with the author of the books to produce The World of Ice and Fire. Around $35. A lavishly illustrated history of the 7 kingdoms that fills in details not covered by the novels. Calligraphy is beautiful. The history is straight from Martin, but writing is dull. You should look into this product. It was surely well marketed. A Knight of the 7 Kingdoms. A Knight of the 7 Kingdoms. APPX $17. Includes 3 novellas about the history of Westeros. It doesn't have any of the characters from the main series, but it may scratch that Game of Thrones itch until Martin finishes the 6th novel. The Winds of Winter. Novella length makes for quick reads. Introduces 2 intriguing characters, but not as good as the main books. Now we will show you the 5th product in the list, A Feast for Crows. The author rushed to Feast for Crows, around $9, into print when fans complained it was taking too long and, as a result, his best characters, Tyrion Lannister, Jon Snow and Daenerys Targaryen, are missing. The result is a slow-moving, talky low point for the series. Cersei Lannister is a strong villain. At least Arya Stark is here, but the king's mood goes on forever. Customers are king, and according to them one should buy this one. A Dance with Dragons. A Dance with Dragons, around $6, is a return to form after the weak 4th volume in the series, with 2 of the best characters finally having their long-awaited meeting. But the book remains overlong and frequently tedious. The dragons in the title make it worth reading, though. The dragons finally grow up. 3 fan-favorite characters return, but too much irrelevant detail. If you want cost-efficient, this new one is for you. A Clash of Kings. A Clash of Kings, about $9. The 2nd volume of the series establishes the major players in the war for control of the 7 kingdoms of Westeros, but never quite achieves the masterly character development and suspense of the first book. Introduces strong female characters, climaxes with an epic battle, but writing plods a bit at times. According to reviews, the 2nd best product is A Storm of Swords. In the 3rd book of the series, A Storm of Swords, APPX $8. Events accelerate, with more plot twists and powerful narrative developments than in any book since the first. The now famous Red Wedding sequence is the moment that convinced HBO a TV version might work. Ending leaves you craving more. Characters evolve realistically, but opening chapters drag somewhat. Now here is our best of best The King product. Game of Thrones. In Game of Thrones, the author creates alternate versions of Europe and Asia in the late Middle Ages and depicts them from the viewpoints of 8 members of 3 families: the Starks, the Lannisters and the Targaryens, launching a riveting tale of war and betrayal. Powerful and startling plot twists. Characters are brilliantly drawn, but fantasy elements are added subtly.